Welcome back to the expert walkthrough for Demon's Souls, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Let's Play Demon's Souls 4K, and I hope everybody's had a positive start to their week. So today we are going to head into a brand new archstone. We are going to take on the Shrine of Storms. So before we head into a brand new archstone, we're going to do three things, and this is essentially going to be like our permanent checklist for the rest of the game. The first thing we're going to do before braving a new archstone is we're going to go to Thomas and make sure that our inventory is nice and clean. You want to make sure that you put away pretty much anything you don't need. So we'll keep most of our consumables. These, though, we want to put our materials away. Any weapons that we don't have, make sure you put away that heavy-ass Dragon Bone Smasher, unless you intend to use it, because that thing takes up quite a bit of space in your inventory. Make sure you have ammunition. I bought some heavy arrows from Patches, and this will get us by for now. We don't need a ton. And then we only have what we're wearing, as far as armor goes. And we can keep rings because they only weigh 0.2 units to begin with, and you never know, you might want to swap and use something that's a little more advantageous for you on the fly. And then these are nothing. So make sure your inventory is clean. The next thing we're going to do is make sure that we're in soul form, which we are. So make sure you drop down from above and unalive yourself if you need to, if you don't want to mess up your tendency. And the third thing that we're going to do is we're going to check our equipment and make sure that we are ready to take this place down. So our equipment looks a little bit different today. I upgraded the Dragon Longsword to +4, and you should be able to do this right now too if you've been following this walkthrough. All you got to do is go down to Ed. He's directly beneath the Filthy Man in World 2-1. You should have enough materials to get this to +4, maybe not necessarily to +5, unless you're super lucky, but trust me, +4 is going to be plenty. We have 266 damage with this sword. We usually have, 181 with the Crescent Falchion, going all the way up to 266 damage. That's quite a boost. It's going to tear through these skeletons, I'm telling you. We're going to keep the bow on because this is going to be a strategic level that requires pulling. And then our shield. This is very much a shield level because of the skeletons. We're going to run into some nasty bits where we're going to want to be able to block and defend ourselves. So once we have finished everything and done all of our maintenance, it's time to head straight there. The island shrine of the Shadowmen, who worship storms and mourn the dead. Since the appearance of the flying storm beast, the souls of the dead have been lured to the island by its demons, where they are revived by finding purchase in the bosoms of uninhibited skeletons. Skeletons, skeletons, and more skeletons. That's what awaits us. But this is not new. We actually went here in the beginning of the playthrough so we could get the Crescent Falchion. And our lovely samurai gentleman is still up there. He'll come down soon. So you see what I mean? This Dragon Longsword does not mess around, especially after upgrading it. It's going to serve us well here, especially against the boss. So for this part, we can just bait. You don't really have to let them bounce off your shield. I mean, honestly, you can just outrange the stab move. The only one you don't want to get hit with is the really heavy overhead sweep that breaks your guard. That you most certainly do not want to block. Let this guy do his thing. Come on. So we'll just pull these guys one at a time. Now, once they bounce off your shield and you retaliate, you do additional damage to them, which is good. But not necessary, because we're going to clean them up in 2 hits no matter what. These guys, on the other hand, I think we want to use fire against these guys. It definitely pays to get rid of these dudes before you actually go up there, because there's going to be another skeleton waiting for us anyway. So let's just do this. There we go. Cost us almost no mana. We're good. I did get... Oh. That was kind of funny. I did get hit, though. I'm being a little sloppy. But we've done pretty much the entirety of this level. The only thing we really need to do is we need to make sure that we go get that item up there where that crystal lizard is. I highly... it's like a broken record. I'm going to keep saying it. I highly recommend you wear the Thief Ring in this level because, again, being able to control the aggro range of the enemies, like, he would be shooting at us right now if we weren't wearing this ring. That's how important this ring is. So make sure you wear a Thief Ring if you want to have a better experience here, because except for these guys. These guys are like eagles. They can just see everything. But it just really pays to stay in control and be able to manipulate every single skirmish to your advantage. That's what I recommend. And then I don't think there should be anything out here other than this skeleton. He's kind of a pain in the ass. Like, you don't have to fight him, and honestly, I don't recommend it in most cases. I'll show you why. It doesn't matter if we die because we're in soul form. The only reason you would want to fight him is for the blade stone. Wow, he does a lot of damage. Come on, hit him. There we go. Okay, soul remains. He didn't even give us the good drop, so it's fine. But this is what you want to get out here, is this pile of 6 soul remains. So that's something that we are actually going to put straight onto our bar, because soul remains is, well, it's the only thing the skeletons care about, is souls, apparently. That's what drives them to you and makes them want to mess with you in the first place. So I'll get an opportunity to demonstrate this soon. We'll use it. It's very useful against the skeletons, especially if you know you're going to run into a group of them that's going to give you trouble. So let's do this. Now don't worry, you run past that part, it's not going to matter, you're not going to scare the lizard away. We're not going to be able to get up to drop down to the lizard until we go further down that way. So let's do this first. Get rid of this guy. And then the sheer damage of this sword that we're using eliminates the need of having to try to get a backstab, which is good. So we're going to head down here again. And we've already done this once, if you guys recall. Of course, I didn't turn around in time to avoid that, but try not to drop down on that part. Alright, that's where you would go to get the copper key. And I'm showing this only because if you didn't do what I did at the beginning of the walkthrough, you're going to want to know where to get the key to unlock the gate. So that'd be kind of silly not to show. So now we're going to go across here. We're going to run directly past this lizard. Not really worried about this guy, per se. I mean, we could get rid of him because it'll make it easier for us once we get up there. Too slow. And then we'll worry about the lizard in just a minute. So this is the part that sucks. Like, this is where soul remains are going to come in serious handy. Could try to do this. It's really difficult to lock onto the skeletons before they aggro you, so... And again, don't get hit by that. In this corridor, this is something I should probably talk about in the open. Well, okay, there is no open. Whatever. I'm just going to have to be flexible here. So, in this corridor, your weapon will bounce like that if you hit these walls, right? So, you need to take advantage of your weapons moveset. The thrust attack of the longsword is good for these narrow corridors, because you don't have to worry about bouncing. It is slower. There's a bit of a wind-up with it, and it's harder to land on these skeletons because they're fast. They move quickly. But it can serve you well in a corridor if you're fighting in one. And we one-shot them with it, which is nice. So now we're going to go up. Shield up. You see, they just come out of nowhere, man. They are after you. And this is where that archer was that we took care of. I'll go ahead and loot this off of him. So now we're going to go meet an interesting NPC that is in pretty much all the Souls games. A reoccurring NPC. It seems to take on a different name every time we find them. But they do the same thing, and assume the same form.
You scary. Give sparkly me. Give twinkly me. You. Trade. Give me sparkly, twinkly.
Alright, meet Sparkly the Crow. So this is the very first game that you encounter the crow that wants to trade with you. And you can drop items right here, and Sparkly will trade with you. I don't have a need to trade right now, so I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get this lizard before he gets away. Alright. Moonshade Stone Chunk and Moonshade Stone Shards. So that is a highly important material for us, because that's going to be what we need to upgrade our Crescent weapons. We're going to use it to upgrade our Crescent Falchion, and... oh yeah, one other thing I didn't mention at the beginning of the video is the only other thing I have done off screen that can be considered maintenance that we needed to worry about is I upgraded my Uchi-Katana to +6, and that's the upgrade level that you need to get it to in order to make it a Crescent one. So +6 is the minimum requirement before you can make your weapon a Crescent weapon. And we're also going to use our Moonshade Stone Shards, Chunks, etc. to upgrade that as well, because that's probably going to be what we switch to and swap the we're going to swap the Falchion out for the Uchi-Katana. Here we go. So running through this part again, I highly recommend you stay at full health, especially if you're playing in soul form. Now this is where the soul remains are going to come in handy. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Keep your shield up, because these skeletons, I'm telling you, one of these walls is fake. Maybe. Not right here. Well, you see? You see? Watch. Where did it go? Okay, it's there, but they're not going for it. Alright, let's do this. Step forward, get their attention. Hello? I'm trying to show these people how to do something. Okay, the reason you want to do that is because there's two skeletons right here. There. Alright, that's how you deal with that. Now, ooh, Bladestone. That's the drop that you want to get from these guys. There we go. There's the fake wall. So, shield up. We're not going to go up there just yet. We could have completely accessed that on the normal level that we were at. That's right behind the Vanguard, where he normally is when you're here. But what we're looking for is, I'm going to show you how to get to Blige, because he's good, man. You want to be able to talk to this guy. We've already talked to him, so what we're going to do is we're going to buy some more arrows. Where does it show how many I have? It says I don't have any held. That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, it's because I have these, right? Yes, it's because I have wooden arrows. Right, you just want... wooden arrows is fine. You don't... they cost half as much, but they only do 10 less damage. So, like, you do the math. You get more bang for your buck if you buy the wooden arrows. They're just better. So we're going to buy quite a few of these, because I need them, like, bad. Let's buy, like, 150. And they only weigh 0.1, so it's like... Again, do the math. How much of that burden... How much of that... is going to... How much of your item burden is that going to take up? Is what I'm trying to say. And you'll realize the answer is not much. So that's the entire underlevel. Again, soul remains really good. Keep your shield up out here. These things are the worst. I really should have changed out Water Veil, but I didn't. I probably should have. Okay, I got this item, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. So, the item on the steps. And here, just to put things into perspective, I'm going to show you exactly where we are. We're right back at the beginning of the level. See what I mean? That. Screw these things. There's really no point in fighting these things. I mean, they honestly are just a pain in the ass. Like, they're hard to hit. Like, they'll hit you from across the map, but... I'll leave it up to you whether or not you want to attack these things, because And as you can see, you can hit them and they have like no health. And you're not going to be able to get whatever they drop if they die over there. Ooh, check that out. Sharp rocks. So let's proceed. Now, at one point it is going to make sense to kill those things, but not yet. I'll cover that when we get to it. Alright, here we go. This part's tricky. There's a black skeleton up here that has the dual katanas, and he is quite problematic. So what I recommend you do is get your soul remains ready, because you don't want to aggro him. He's inside there through that doorway. Like, okay, we can't really see him, but trust me, take my word for it, he's in there. Here's what we're going to do. Use some fire. Pull this guy. There we go. More soul remains. Great. And now what we want to do, see, there he is. Alright. So this guy is going to shoot at us, which is good. We can do that. Now, you can actually do that with this guy. You can use fire. These skeletons are weak to fire, man. Oh no. Pay attention to your mana, though. Alright, finish that guy off. Bladestone shard. That is what you want. That is the ideal thing to loot from the skeletons. Adjudicator shield. I love this thing. So, this also is a shield that is in every single Souls game. It does not necessarily have the Adjudicator on it every single time, but it's always the same design. It's always a 3-panel wooden shield that almost looks like it could fold up and be tucked away for convenience, but it's the special ability on it. A large wooden shield depicting a scene of the dead facing judgment, painted with bright pastoral colors. An epigram written in an ancient script is carved into the back. The hero of storms shall ne'er act in cowardice, nor shall he devour a single bird of the sky. If the dead fail to please the Adjudicator's master, the harvest gold crow, their carcass shall be gnawed upon until nothing but bones remain. Alright. Looks pretty cool. Restores your HP as you have it equipped. It's a great passive shield. If you decide that you want to do a playthrough, well, it's very incredibly light. It's not actually heavy. It's only a half unit heavier than the heater shield. We don't actually have the stats to use it, unfortunately, but you see that little icon up there, it should be, my HUD always disappears, the little green icon there next to the eyeball under my health, under my stamina. I think that should be the health regeneration icon. But we go back to our Dragon Longsword. What you can do, this is what I was trying to show, is whether you have the stats to use it or not is irrelevant. What you could do is you could just two-hand your weapon your entire playthrough and just keep this on your back, and it'll constantly heal you. So if you're getting hit here and there and you're being a little bit sloppy, it's not a big deal, because you can just constantly have your health regenerating. It doesn't regenerate very fast, it's very slow, but it's like, by the time you get to your next encounter, if you've been hit for enough damage that you could have fixed with just a Crescent Moongrass, why not? Like, you'll already have that health back, and you'll have saved yourself a grass. The reason I won't use it for that effect is because I prefer to use a shield. I like to block. I like to get up close and dirty with my enemies. And because this game, right there, just proved the point of what I was about to say. The game gives you so much damn grass as it is, you don't have an excuse to not use it. Like, you're going to have 999,999 grass in your inventory, and Thomas is basically going to be like a botanical farmer, more so than a stock box or a stockpile guy. Cloudstone shard, that's what these guys drop, is Cloudstone shards mostly. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Alright. Me just breaking all this stuff. Here we go. Here's some foreshadowing. I don't want these guys to hit me, so Am I out of mana? Oh, it's because I don't have the... It's because I don't have the falchion on. That's funny. Alright. Come here, you. I know they're going to shoot at me if I don't kill them, so... Lock on, damn it. Oh, come on. They move fast. A little too fast. Come here. Come on. Hit him! That's embarrassing. Alright. Damn it. I had just enough. Oh well. So they're not going to hit me. That's fine. Ignore everything that just happened. Where is my... Here it is. We can actually see some foreshadowing right here. We can see these big badass gold skeletons that have the cleaver. That's the guy that was in the intro sequence. Pretty cool. And we're not going to fight them for a little bit, but they're there and waiting. Now what we're going to do is just roll off right here, save ourselves some time. So this is the bottom again, where Black Skeleton was, and I feel like this part's super easy to miss, right? We need to keep going. We got a pressure plate, so look for where the spears are going to come out, which looks like to be right there. So what we're going to do, we'll turn around and put our shield up, because we're not going to get got. Not today. Okay, and there should be a lizard down here, I think. Pretty sure. Don't worry, we can jump back up. Very strange mechanic, but a mechanic nonetheless. Before I grab anything, I want to do this real quick. Grab this guy. I do not want to lose any lizards. And I shouldn't if I'm careful, because we may have actually got this one already. I think we did. No, we didn't, because I would not have killed him if I couldn't loot him. That's ludicrous. Alright. So we're going to follow this cliff path. Be careful, man. You will die. And voila. Big badass guy. They are not easy. Highly recommend using any kind of fire that you can possibly muster against these guys. Bait the attack. Oops. I'm out. Whatever. Bait the attack. Of course. Woo! Storm beasts. Again, don't use your R1 attack. Be smart, man. Use the attack that you know is going to hit them. Which in our case is our thrust attack, which is a strong attack. Okay, and then there's more of them. Watch out for the storm beasts. And just keep your shield up. Wait for them to attack. They're going to make their rounds. Oh, I just barely missed. There we go. And this longsword is making this part significantly easier. Alright, I don't have any spice, so I can't really get my mana back. I am tempted to murder these guys for being so annoying. Oh, barely. There we go. Even if we only get one, I'm still satisfied because these guys are annoying. Now, as I mentioned before, there's going to be a point where it's kind of necessary to kill these guys. I still wouldn't consider this necessary. I mean, they are annoying, and it does suck when they try to shoot at you, but there we go. Just wait for them to attack and retaliate. But there's going to be a point where we're on a cliff again, and it's going to be, like, super irritating. So we're going to want to kill them, but this part, again, there's only a couple of them. Not a big deal. Let's actually do this. Do not drop down there. It doesn't look very far away, but trust me, you will die. Let's actually do this. That was supposed to be a backstab. I'm just bad at this game. Oh god. Yeah, don't do that. Don't accidentally push. Be careful with your analog stick. Okay. Oops. Damn it, Elden Ring. My thumbs just will not get used to it. Alright, so for this part, we're going to head up. Late moon grass. We're going to need that because I'm ultra sloppy. And then we'll go over there in just a second. What we want to do for this part is line up with the beam, follow it over. Grave Robber's Ring. So this is an interesting ring. More so for multiplayer. It has offline purposes, but become harder for Black Phantoms to detect. So Black Phantom enemies are going to populate your game. I didn't equip it, did I? Okay, good. Black Phantom enemies are going to populate your game as you shift your world towards Black Tendency, but it also counts for invaders. Renowned Hero Soul, that's a good one. Cloudstone Shard, alright. There's the lizard. Alright. Let's do that, shall we? Let's go get him. Now, lizards don't like fire. They also don't like pierce damage. So let's see if I can hit him. I'm not going to be able to hit him. Damn it! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Alright. We're going to have to come back for that dude. That was irritating. I feel like that was not on me at all. I mean, I was trying to hit him, but... Oh. Think I'm gonna get got? You think I'm gonna get got? Alright, one final black skeleton. That pisses me off, man. I totally had that guy. Like, did you not see me? I'm telling you, that's what's messing me up, is I kept going like that. I don't... I'm just off. I'm off my game. Okay, and then the thrusting attack really did not work on him. It just kept going straight over him, which that part was kind of my fault. Alright, bait that attack. Go for the backstab. Clean him up. Soul Remains. My favorite. And there shouldn't be anything else, really. Okay, so now we're going to go do the boss, which is the Adjudicator. And... there's items on the way down, but you gotta be careful when you're trying to get them. So what you want to do is head for the steps right away. There's the item. I need to go get that. There we go. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Now, do not quit moving. Make sure you keep going. So here's the plan for this guy, is you want to attack his open wound right here. Just wait for him to attack, and go back to attacking his wound. Now once you knock him down, two-hand your weapon, bring the hurt. No, damn it. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, now, alternatively... Now, once his wound is near a wall, you want to back up and reposition. Then we'll go back to it. And we'll go back to grinding. Now, alternatively, what you can do is you can use your bow or something to just hit the bird, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like that. But it's just as easy to knock him down and hit him the normal way. So that dude's pretty easy to fry. And I want to point something out. You'll notice that the Adjudicator is, in fact, on the Adjudicator's shield. That is a painting of the boss we just fought, and the bird is flying freely above him in that picture. Pretty cool. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Good, good, good. And that should pretty much be all the items in here. So now we're going to get the Swollen Demon Soul. Pretty cool. And we're in human form. So before we go any further, start causing any more trouble. Don't do what I'm doing right now. This is super risky and stupid. You could fall and die and then mess up your tendency, but I feel good. I feel confident that I'm not going to, so I'm just going to grab these items. Just to get them. Alright. And then we have Grave Robber Blige right here at the beginning of this place. Grab these soul remains. There he is. Alright. And his store does change up just a little bit when you meet him for the second time. The good thing is you don't have to go find him in that place anymore. You don't have to run through the skeletons and deal with all that BS. That's a thing of the past now. Killer. Alright. So, that's a pretty solid boss. We got 23,000 souls, so we can probably level up a couple times, at least twice. And we can continue into the Shrine of Storms. And once we go down below, things are going to start to get interesting. We're going to start dealing with Shadow Lurkers and Grim Reapers, all kinds of interesting enemies that are going to be fun to deal with. Not sarcasm. Surprisingly, I'm not being sarcastic. I actually enjoy the Shrine of Storms quite a bit, working our way all the way down to the old hero boss. It's going to be fantastic. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode of the Expert Walkthrough for Demon Souls. I've been your host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD. I'll catch you guys in the next video.